And this week, Kai, I thought we might mix it up a little bit, yeah? Yeah. We are going to answer our 10 most commonly asked questions. Now, my memory isn't the best. I forget a lot of things, hey, buddy? So, we have Chloe roped in, and she is basically going to interview us. So we're going to get some questions. So over to you, Chloe. Fire away.
Okay, and then...
Fire away. Far away.
Stop, I don't do that to you. So Kai, how many dogs do we actually have?
68! 68?
Yeah.
I struggle to keep up sometimes, I'll tell you.
How many are rescue dogs?
A lot, isn't there? A lot of our dogs. We get asked that all the time because it's a huge passion of mine is rescuing dogs. Like Tiger laying down here is a prime example. If Tiger didn't come here, I guarantee, unfortunately, this little man here, I shouldn't say little man, he's quite big, isn't he? Yeah, he would have been put to sleep. So we have 68 dogs on this property and 50 of them are dogs that have been rescued or rehomed to us.
Jake, how do we manage so many dogs?
Yeah, I tell you, it's a full-time job, and it's not just the dogs here. Like, it's an entire farm around us that we got going on. We've had loads over the years of incredible people come here and help, and they're coming again and again. We have volunteers that a majority of them are backpackers. We have a few that are from around Australia and that come here and spend their time, and they basically help us out day after day with all the chores that we have on this property to do. So we could not do it without the amazing people in the background that are always around us. It's a full-time job within itself. I still have to go and work full-time. Chloe has to work. You got to get to school. So the people that come here, there is always someone on the property working with the dogs. And then when it comes to winter and from pre-season training right through to running all of our tours, we have all of our guides, our admin, everybody employed. But through summer, we're not making the money that we make in winter, unfortunately, so we have some incredible volunteers that come and help us with our day-to-day chores that happen every single day, no matter what. Doesn't matter what the weather is, does it? Rain, hail, shine, these guys, they want their attention, so they get it every day.
Many wonder, how long have you actually been running dogs?
Yeah, sometimes I wonder that myself. Way longer than you've been around, that's for sure, hey? 2005 is when I got into this sport and I started running dogs. My first Siberian Husky Club of Victoria race was in 2005, and also I was around the Alaska Malamute Club of Victoria a bit back then. So I started off racing well before I ever got into the tours. But yeah, so 2005 was with racing. 2008 is when things kicked off, giving people rides in the tours up in Dinner Plain.
So next question. When we do our tours at Mount Hotham, a lot of people think we actually live in the Alpine Resort, but where are we based?
No, we don't actually live in the Alpine Resort at all. In fact, from Mount Hotham, every single day we come back to our kennel, unload our dogs, and then the next morning we do all the kennel work, load our dogs and drive back up. It's about an hour and a half each way each day that we travel all winter. We live just off the Great Alpine Road around the Omeo region. So it is beautiful in the Victorian High Country. We love our farm here. In fact, we are quite remote. Closest neighbour is actually 1.5 kilometres down the road there. So we're here with us, our animals, and the cattle farms that surround us out in the middle of the bush here. We love it. But we don't actually live in the resorts. We travel up and down. And even from Mount Baw Alpine Resort that we've spent so many years running at, we just moved there during winter, so it's 5 hours away from here. We move there, stay in the resort for winter, and then come home again. So yeah, we're nice and remote, hidden away where we love to be. And the dogs, as much as we love them, having neighbours, they probably wouldn't love them, would they? Nah, they do like to howl early in the morning.
So these guys work really hard during the winter season. Do they actually like what they do?
Yes, they love it!
They do. Don't they get so noisy when we get the harnesses out to get going? I tell you, these guys get noisy at feeding time, but you should hear them when it's time to run. They absolutely love it. You can come and see us, and their energy just piles off it. I tell you what, like, for us, we feed off it as well. One magic word before every tour, we say, "You watching these guys? Are we ready, puppies?" And they're like, hang on, there's not even a sled here. But every time they'll turn around, I'm actually surprised. It's getting late now, so the kennel is asleep, and they're like, nah, you're just being a clown. I've been yelling for a bit. But they get so pumped up that they get yelping and howling and barking and like, pick me, pick me, pick me, I want to go. and we could have 5 dogs or 50 dogs out there, and they will all be barking and carrying on to pick me. And people that have asked this question to us, I just go, watch this when we take off on a run, and afterwards they all turn around and go, wow, like they're keen, aren't they? So yes, they love what they do. With our training, this is their reward. We train them to do it, we ask them to do it, we let them do it, but for these guys it's actually a reward to be allowed to go out and run, because everyone's pick me, and all the dogs that are left behind will go, and we're like, you're right puppies, next time will be your turn. And the ones that get to go are just stoked because they just channel that energy they have and get to run. This is what this breed was bred for. So yeah, these guys absolutely love it. But in saying that, if a dog doesn't want to run, we do not make them run. We let them, it's their reward to run. If they don't want to run, they're not going to be made to run at all. So we might take some dogs out there, and sometimes they might be like, just, I'm not feeling it today and backing off. And we work with these guys very closely all the time, so we can sense that. And I have had loads, like well over 100 dogs come through here from dogs that have come in and we've unfortunately lost along the way. So with all of the dogs that I've ever trained, I've never had a dog that hasn't wanted to run. This little girl, she's just got to retirement age. She's run her season and she is committed to every run. But at the same time, it's been that excitement, that pick me, that she's got up and gone, yeah, come on, I'll go again. But hasn't had the full excitement, and we've gone, okay girl, that's all we need to know, that it's time that you're getting old and you've had enough. So I've had dogs retire at 6 years old, I've had other dogs at 13 years old still running. So it's up to them when they retire and how long they work for, and during that day whether they want to or not. All you got to do is come and see us, and in 5 minutes you'll see they love what they do.
Now surely if these guys are in the snow all winter season, surely they get cold? They don't?
They don't. They're roasting. They're toasty. Yeah. No, these guys here, they do not get cold.
Because they have all these little bits of fur on them.
Exactly. How about you just grab a little bit to show? Because it's that time of year that they're letting that second coat go. These Huskies are built for it, aren't you, Tiger? Hey, Sarabi? And what they have is the outer layer of their coat are like guard hairs, and they're there to shed the water, to the snow hits, to make it run off so that they don't get wet through. And they have this insulation layer on the inside, and that is beautiful and warm. I'll tell you what happens around here right now is we have birds coming from everywhere to grab that for their nests because it's soft. It's really nice, but that's their insulation. That's what a double coated breed has, and that catches their body heat and keeps them all warm. From these guys, there's 3 main spots they can lose their heat from, which is their nose, the bottom of their pads, and their backside, their bum. So when they see Huskies on the videos on the TV and stuff, and they curl up into a ball and they take their tail and they tuck their legs into their stomach and they put their tail all the way around and over their nose, and they're a perfect ball. They trap their body heat in the snow. And then when they dig a hole in the snow and it keeps snowing and buries them under it, like we see on the movies all the time, then that there keeps them warm. They're out of the weather, they're buried in the snow, and they are toasty. That's what these guys are bred for.
So these guys work all winter long. What is it they do in summer?
So yeah, these guys here, they work really hard through winter, don't they? Yeah, but through summertime, we're not so busy, but around Christmas time, Santa Claus borrows us. We go to a lot of shopping centres around the place and different festivals around Christmas time because Santa can't bring his reindeers out before Christmas. So these guys here get out and help Santa. We go to different shows and put performances on with them. So yeah, we have a lot of fun doing performances around shows around the country. We travel everywhere. But we also have training non-stop that happen on the farm here. We're grooming these guys. We're getting them into the play yards. These guys here have so much that they got day to day, especially with that amazing volunteer crew that we have coming in and around the place. So they're always active, always something going on, getting stimulated. It's sort of their downtime in summer, and then we come into getting ready for winter, and that's when pre-season training starts. So we start that in March, pretty much, at the start of March, and it's just go, go, go. So we kind of are really active with these guys from March through to the end of October, and then shows and Christmas in between. So years go pretty quick around here. There's always something going on.
To keep these guys fit and healthy all year round, what is their diet? What do they eat?
Yeah, no, that's a question that we get so often asked to us because these guys here are athletes, like through and through, and that's how they're treated through their whole life. So their diet is a pretty special diet. We make sure they get a good quality working kibble that is given to them. We have days that are just kibble days. We have days where we make our broth up, which is a special little mix where we have all minced up meats in there. We have our working kibble goes in and a lot of little ingredients, things like molasses, turmeric. It's a natural thing that is really helps with muscle relaxation and any sort of arthritis that could occur to help prevent that. So yeah, we put lots of little natural little goodies into our broth there that we make up, which is like a big soup mix, and a lot of water, because in winter we like them to have a lot of water intake to make sure they stay hydrated. But they are treated like athletes. And now if you go and talk to a marathon runner, then those guys year round are making sure they know what they're putting into their body. Any athlete is, and that's how we treat these guys. So yeah, we're pretty strict on their diets. People sometimes do come to our tours and bring smackos for the dogs, which is really sweet, but unfortunately we have to go, I'm sorry, but they just can't have it, because what they have here we're very strict on. They have treats, that's for sure, but we make sure that they are very good quality stuff. No junk food. G'day guys, I tell you what, around here and just working with animals in general, anything can change at the snap of a fingers. And next minute we had some visitors come along, and yeah, next door's cows decided to come down around the dog yards and say g'day. And as you can imagine, some friendly cows coming down to a whole heap of excited huskies. It was a bit of an uproar. So cows are back in their paddock, they're happy, huskies, puppies, everyone's happy. But it got a little bit dark, so we've moved the show inside because we almost got done, but there's one big question to go, and this one I do get asked a whole heap. So Chloe, what's that final question that we got?
Can you name all 68 dogs?
Can I name all 68 dogs? Yeah, it even actually starts off a lot of the time with, do they all have names? Which, yes, all of our dogs here are family and they have names. Okay, let's do this. No cuts. One time round, see if I can actually rattle them off. We have Frosty and Luna, Paris, Indy and Thor, Bella and Dante, Sphinx, Mako, Bindi and Denahi, Marky, Lobo, and then we got Milo, Coco and Misty, Liv and Amarok, Nixie, and then we've got Zipper and Nessie and Harvey and Zeus, Taj, two boys that were new this year, which is Bandit and Ranger, and we've got Cookie and Siri, then we have Trig and Stone. We've got Blue and Mixon. So we've got Yeti and Floki, Avalanche and Heath, Yowie, Holly and Ace, Fern and Cora, Bonnie, Draco. Oh, there's a boy who's a foster boy, and he came to us. His name's Loki, but we've been referring to him as Thunder, because yeah, he doesn't respond to his name so much anyway. He's starting to do a bit now, but we did have a Loki, so Loki passed on, so he's a bit special. So yeah, Thunder. We've got Poi and Aria, Jed and Spruce. The two that were hanging out earlier in the driveway with me was Tiger and Sarabi. We got Tundra, Shadow, Diesel, Maya, Zara, Jasper, Bear, Balto, Togo, Sophie, Kenai, Kaya, our big girl, she's like the biggest in the kennel, Pandora, Maverick, Kanka, Rogue, Rocket, and I reckon Marley might be the last one that I'm going to say. So hopefully you all better count. I've just named 68 dogs. Now on top of that, we've got a whole heap more animals, but that's for another day. Guys, thank you very much for checking us out. Like this video for us, jump down there and subscribe, because that helps us out a whole heap, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next one.